So this is exactly how you build your social circle in 7 days from absolute scratch. Because you know how it feels, right? You go to another country or to a new city, and then you feel like you're gonna meet all of those people, have all of these experiences, but at the end of the day, you'll just hang around wherever you're staying, be it at a hostel, be it at a hotel or an Airbnb. And the worst part is, I've been there, trust me. When you open the window and then outside you hear laughter, you hear people making jokes, right? But you're not part of it. And it's actually not the fear of missing out, right? It's not FOMO, because you are actually missing out. It's the pain of missing out. It's like POMO, right? And this is what happened to me, right? 2021, I moved to this city where I'm at right now. And I remember I moved there, and the first week I was so excited. I'm going to meet all of those people, right? Meet all of those Parisians. But then the first week went by and I didn't have any friends, right? I tried to go out and I tried to go on dates and, through those dating apps, but nothing ever came out of it. And I know this is where most people are stuck. So let's be real, right? The pain that you're feeling, it's a real pain. It's a real feeling. And be glad that you have that feeling, because it shows you that you need to do something different, right? And in your case, you need to create a social circle by yourself. So I decided to make a change and actually build a social circle, right? And you are in the same situation. You're waiting for life to happen to you, right? But you need to make things happen, and you need to do it now, because otherwise you will just miss out, and you will always feel the pain that will always remind you that you're doing things in the wrong way. And I'll show you exactly how you can do that in 7 days and how you can implement that everywhere, no matter where you go. All right. So the first thing is, you need to find the places, the right places. And how do you know where the right places are? It's where people are standing around, right? A city like Paris is perfect for that, because so many people smoke and they all go outside. And this is the perfect opportunity for you to talk to those people, right? So avoid restaurants, and also I would say avoid clubs, right? I don't really like clubs because you cannot really talk to the people. Whenever I somehow end up in a club, I always chill at the smoking section, right? Because this is the only opportunity I have to talk to people, to make connections and all of that. So avoid restaurants, avoid clubs. Ideally, go to bars, especially student bars. Why student bars? Because student bars are places where people go to meet other people. So people are actually open to network. So even though you can do this basically anywhere where people are standing around and they're easy to approach, student bars just makes the whole process much easier. And it doesn't matter if you're 19, 18, or even 30, right? Those student bars, not strictly students are only there, right? There are always a mix of people there. So don't feel like you don't belong just because you're on the older side. And the other thing is, go out alone, right? Because if you want to have the skills to do this anywhere, then you need to be able to do it alone, right? Because if you step foot in a new city, you don't know anyone, so you need to make the first step and go out alone first. After you made some friends there, then you also have to invite them out, but we'll get to that. So what you actually do once you get into the bar, it's pretty simple. You strike up a conversation with as many people as possible, right? You go to a person, you strike up a conversation, and you do small talk. Now, a lot of people, they say, skip the small talk, but I disagree so much, because small talk is the best way to find where you guys can connect on. Once you know the basic informations about the person, then you will know where you can dive deeper. So let's make an easy example, right? Let's say I'm in Bangkok, I go to a student bar, and then I will meet a guy and I tell him where he's from. He's like, oh, I'm from Australia, whatever. And then I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm doing Muay Thai here in Bangkok, right? Which was at that case, because this actually happened, I was also doing Muay Thai. And so every time you strike up a conversation and you do small talk, after this, don't stay for too long, because you need to talk to as many people as possible, right? So after you have the small talk, just take up their Instagram, and then you tell them, all right, man, it was nice to meet you. And then so you ask for the Instagram, because Instagram is better than the number, right? Because if they start to follow you and you have your Instagram profile in check, they'll know who you are, right? They'll connect some identity with you. And once you have the Instagram, you just tell that person, all right, man, it was nice meeting you. Listen, I'm going to go around, want to talk to some other people. And this person will respect you, right? Because this person will think, well, this is a social person. fuck, I want to be around that person. This person must have a lot of friends, even if you have 0 friends at that place at that specific time. And then you talk to as many people as possible. You never stay too long. Once you have the Instagram, then you move on, right? So at the end of the evening, you will have so many leads, right? Leads is a sales term, means a potential client, in this case, a potential friend or a potential relationship or whatnot. And oftentimes, if you are the social person at this venue, then you will get invited. Once people move on to a club, once people move on to a home party or whatever, you will get invited. But even if you don't get invited, it will still be a success as long as you have all of those leads. And so with all of these leads, right, the next day you follow up. In this case, with the guy in Bangkok who was there for Muay Thai, I think I texted something like, nice to meet you, man. Glad to have another Muay Thai legend in the town, right? It doesn't matter so much what you say, but it's always better to write something to remind them where you guys connected on. And then if they reply in a good manner, right, if they reply positively, then you invite them. You invite them out. You invite them by saying, listen, me and a few other people are going to that bar. You can either say that or you can say, listen, I'm going to a bar, want to join? Because this person already thinks that you're the social person. And so if this person thinks about going out with you, they're going to think that they're going to meet a lot of new people because you've been the social guy. All right. And so they don't want to miss out, obviously. And now, as I said, the master level, the master cheat code, what you do is if you have a lot of leads, right, and you have a lot of positive responses, you text them all simultaneously and you say, listen, me and other few people, we're going out to that bar. You're welcome to join us. Even if you've made no plans, if you text enough people, some people will show up. And that's already enough. Then you've already brought a lot of people together and you're already that guy. And so now imagine just after one evening, you already have potential friends, right? Once you go out with them, then you can just connect with them even more on a deeper level. But at the same time, when you go out with those people, go to a bar and then you just repeat the process, right? Imagine how many relationships you can have, how many friends, how many business relationships you can have. You just have to be consistent, right? Grow some balls and actually talk to people. It's as simple as that. Just a lot of people cannot even do this. But you have to keep in mind, some people have a fear, right? If I do something weird or people are going to think I'm weird. If you're in a city, there's always new people coming around. You will have unlimited potential friendships, unlimited potential leads. So don't be scared. Even if you shit your pants during the evening, people gonna forget. You just go to a next bar, right? You just go to a next bar and then you just repeat the process of socializing and creating leads. It's as simple as that. Now, if you want my personal guidance, you can join the community. It's called the Chameleon Society. You'll get one-on-one guidance from myself and you'll be able to connect with other people who do this same thing and who already have social circles all around the world. So the process for you will be even easier. Let's say you go to Bangkok and there's some other guy in the community and he's already applied the principles of networking and creating a social circle. So you'll just have a cheat code. You won't even have to go out and create leads yourself. Although I would always say, still do it, all right? So, this is basically it. Always remember, blend in, stand out, and belong anywhere. Take care.